Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Pretty big video for you today because I really need to talk about and cover what has happened these past two trading days. Now from the thumbnail, it probably doesn't look like a lot happened. It probably looks like I made about 30 or $40. But that's super misleading because in both of the past two trading days that I'm going to cover in this video, last Friday, April 11th, today, Monday, April 14th, I had significant drawdowns. Like, I think I drew down 7R Friday, and I came back and I regained that 7R. And then today I went up like 3R, and then I went down, like, I went from, let me just check real quick. I went from up, I believe, I went from up 3R to down, down 5R, okay? So I was up 300, and then after, I was up 225, then I went to be down 365, okay? And then I came back, luckily, for me. Very fortunately for me, I came back, and I ended up $58. This is pre-fees. I think after fees, it's significantly less, unfortunately, for me. But hey, I'm just happy to be back, break even. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna share my screen in just a second, and I'm gonna first just get to the point. I'm gonna say up front what I did wrong, what led to these big drawdowns, and then afterwards I'm gonna say my hypothesis, and then I'm going to look at the actual trades I did, identify my mistakes, put in the work, and then I'm gonna say whether my hypothesis was right. I might change that. And I'm just going to go through this, do some work on camera. I don't know how long this is going to take. I got a busy day still. This trading today has consumed way more of my day than I would have liked. But, I have work to do. But, I feel like I have to work on it today because it's very important that I incorporate these lessons. So I'm going to show you my trading plan. I'm going to make my hypothesis. Then I'm going to just do a quick review, or as quick as possible. It's probably going to take a bit. And then say whether my hypothesis was right at the end. So let me get this up. Just want to make sure this is up. Okay, I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Here's my trading plan. I've updated it a lot. I'm taking me several hours to update this, even though it doesn't look that different. I just want to make sure I can get exactly. I want it to be like distilled down to have no more than I actually need here. Every word on this piece of paper has been pretty carefully thought out. Especially down here in this third section, the disqualifying variables. Question if it's even the right moment to trade. So that's what I really need to do. Is just make sure I'm disqualifying the bad times. So let me tell you my hypothesis. Okay, let me tell you what I think I did wrong. And I've spent all day working on this. I've barely eaten today. I had one snack. I have to shower still. This has been my whole day is working on trading. I probably should take a break and get some perspective, but we're coming up on the end of several hours of working on this. I just want to get it out there and get this over with. So my hypothesis for why I had these big drawdowns, these big losses lately, why I've given back, all the money I've made over the past 2 months in my break-even to profitable stage is I think I stopped executing as well. I wasn't paying attention as closely to the market, and I would try and take some leaps and some shortcuts. I would say, "Oh, so I have my higher time frame qualifiers, okay? And one of those is being below the opening level, I want a short. Being above the opening level, I want a long." Well, I'd be not above the opening level, but very close to it, and I'd say I'd flip and I'd count that as a higher time frame qualifier. I'd check that box and say, okay, I can get long now. But the reality is, let's look at my YouTube channel. Let's look at my last video. Once I see this first. That's what I tried to do here. Oops. That's what I tried to do here. Okay, I tried getting long above this higher time frame, but really, I never should have. We were below it. I shouldn't have gotten long. It rejected from it. I tried getting long here again after bar 14, but I shouldn't have because we're below this level. Okay, there shouldn't be buying here. There should only be selling below and buying above, unless we have other higher time frame, 2 of the 3 higher time frame variables telling me to go long. But in this instance, we were inside the prior day range. So, one of my higher time frame is long above prior day range, short below. There wasn't any of that. That wasn't a possibility. So we only had one higher time frame variable, which was the 1 hour. Shouldn't have. So today would be a day I just didn't do anything, okay? Because we're inside the prior day range. Yesterday was an expansive day. That's a day that's not great to trade afterwards anyways. So lost a lot of money this day, completely unnecessarily. But I can't change it now. All I can do is put in the work and learn from it. And I just realized, and this may just be because my mind is so scrambled, I've been working on it all day. I'm hungry a little bit. If I said my hypothesis, I think I sort of articulated it, but I want to just re-articulate it to make sure I'm really capturing what I think it might be. I'm taking shortcuts. I'm not paying attention to the rules. Okay, I'm not executing well. I just have to do what my plan says. I haven't been respecting the rules, on the piece of paper I have next to me when I trade. And I need to make sure I'm respecting those rules, okay? Need to make sure I'm respecting risk as well. But the big thing is I just need to respect my risk, respect my rules, only trade when it's pocket aces, and by following these rules, I will avoid the crappier trades. Okay. So now I want to analyze. So this is me analyzing, the last 2 days of trading from my last video. I've already kind of looked at this a bit. This was one of the days. Let's take a look at the other day. Lows above the opens. But what got me to have these curious was consistent risk. Can I move this? Okay, so right here, taking a pre-market trade. This is another rule that I've since changed. Is if I'm trading pre-market, I have to have 2 of the 3 higher time frame confluence factors. I can't trade pre-market inside of a prior day range, okay? So I would just wait till the market opened until I have 2 of the 3 higher time frame confluence factors. Yeah. And that goes back to my trading plan, which is if it's inside prior day range, I have to allow 15 to 30 minutes after the open for the price action to develop and make an entry decision. I need to give myself a little bit of time to wait. Okay, now we need to talk about last Friday. I really hope all these open right. So this is last Friday. And then I want to open today's screenshots as well. Okay. So, where'd it go? This is last Friday. So what did I do wrong last Friday? Okay. Looks like I got long here. Well, one, I didn't wait for a break of the prior bar high to get long. Two, this is looking pretty rangy. You know, we're inside of a range here. We're inside the hourly range from before, which means we either need to wait for a consolidation at the edge of the range, or we need to wait for a consolidation at the edge of the range, or we need to wait for a break outside the range and retest. Okay? So we had our entry, it looks like, but I had a ton of orders. Looks like that failed. That wasn't a well-managed position. Should have just had one contract with a stop loss below bar 7. Yeah, there's a picture of my data when I went down to be quite low. I was up, as you can see, $1,300. This is 2 months from February 6th to last Friday morning. Ended up making a lot of it back though. Decided to get long. Got long there from the break above bar 12. Guess what? That's okay because the hourly EMAs are bullish. We're going bullish above the opening level. Or right at the opening level. At least we're at it. And I got pretty long right here. We're above the opening level here. We have hourly EMAs. These 5-minute EMAs, they look like they're about to switch. But also, we're just kind of at the bottom of this range area. Okay? Looks like we'll probably go up and test the highs. That's a good trade. I wrote some new rules in Maxims, which these are now obsolete. Added to my position a little bit when it went against me. Looks like I didn't get stopped out, and I was able to make some more money off that. Got back in after bar 33. And yeah, I just scalped out of the top, got back in near the bottom, scalped out right away. Now what is this? Oh, this is today's trades. Oh, these are in the wrong folder. Okay, well, anyway, so that's last Friday. Looking at this, what do I see? I see trying to execute long trades at the top of the range. Now, we had the 5-minute EMAs. We were above the open. We did have hourly trending EMAs. We were inside the prior day range, though. But still, this was an okay long. Okay. Granted, I probably should have just got out up here because guess what? It went up 30 points. Okay, could have made $150 off risking one contract, and it's the top of this range. So that's like the next level I should have gone for. So I should have taken profit right there. Okay, especially considered we've already moved up quite a bit. Considering how, that's what I should have done. But I let it ride. I got stopped out. Accidentally got long and then got stopped out again. I accidentally pressed the button. Oh well. Started getting long above this bar, but I used way too much size. And I probably should have just said, okay, we are very much inside a range. I am not going to trade right now. This is not a good time to trade. I'm going to sit out, okay? This long here, great long. We're above the open. We're at the bottom of the range. The EMAs are switching back to be green. I should have just let this ride all the way to the top of the range instead of scaling in and out so much. But I took profit here, and I did get back in, which is good because if you get out, you can always get back in. And I probably should have let these two ride all the way to the top instead of doing some scaling business. But yep, this one trade here on bar 12, that long, and then the second long here. This allowed me to get back to break even. I made back 7R. Started 0 for 5, ended 5 for 5, made 0.75 R on the day before fees, and made $56. Today, started 1 for 1, took a dumb trade, got right back out for a small win. So I started up, basically 3R, very good. Took 5 trades that lost me about 8R. Took 2 more trades. One was a break even. The other one made me 6.38R. And then I took a dumb trade after that lost $60. But on today, basically totally break even. So wait, it says I made $58 today too. Let's go to today's price action now. I made $58, but I traded so much, $56 in fees, so I only made $2 on the day. So yeah, it's kind of wild. Today was a total consolidation doji day. So hey, maybe tomorrow, if we are opening near the top of this, I will see us going further up. But hey, maybe there will be sellers above this that will push us down. We've been in a bearish market overall. If we open near the low, okay, then I'm probably going to look for shorts, because then even though these hourly EMAs will be against me, I'll be able to go for shorts with the correct, if we stay below the prior day, like if we open here and we stay below, I'll be able to use 2 of my higher time frame confluences, which we're below the open and we're below the prior day range, and go short. Now granted, if we do open below, like if we do open down here, I could see us trying to close this gap too. Maybe we do something like we did today, where we close the gap and then make a move up. Maybe tomorrow, if we open down here, we close this gap, okay, and then we go down. I don't know what's going to happen, but what I can say is I'm going to follow my rules, because my rules are there to protect me, and I need my confluence. I want to go back to my rules, because really I just need to respect these a lot more. Okay? I need to have 2 out of 2 of the lower time frame qualifiers. I shouldn't be guessing where to enter. I should only enter with a signal bar and a confirmation break. And then I need to have the directional 5-minute EMAs as well. Now granted, if it's just switching over or just about to switch over like it did on bar 52 today, right here, or like it did last Friday, where are those screenshots? Wrong one. Right down here, where it hasn't quite switched over yet, but it's about to. That isn't a time I'm okay with it. Okay. It's kind of a gray area, but we don't want to be going long though if like they're spread out like this, or if they're like this, okay? But if they're more like this, and they're switching, they're about to switch over, yeah, we can go long. Now, this wouldn't be a good place to go long. Even though this is a hammer signal bar up, we have to look at the context. It's inside the range. It's not a good time, okay? It's probably going to go back towards the low. But if we're near the bottom of the range, okay, and you can see they're switching, that would be a good time too. And then once they have switched, like on a bar like bar 28 or bar 29, those can be great signal bars. Why did I sell on a signal bar entry? Beats me. I was kind of not in a great mental state on this day, but I should have held this and kept this and let it go up to here, okay? Up to these highs on the left. Let it go up to there. And guess what happened Friday, since I haven't covered it in this video yet? I got long down here, right? Bar 24, bar 25. It switched over, came up. It would have, and I could have got out right here on that one where I sold early, okay? It came down against me. Then we got bar 36, another signal bar. I was done trading by this time, but I should have entered long on there and rode it from 33 up to, well, where would I make my next take profit? I would look left. I would find this next key level point up, like right here, where we pushed down from. Look left, find that key level. Say, I'm going to target that. Say, okay, it's 40 points above. That's perfect. I mean, hitting it in 2 bars, 10 minutes would have been crazy, but that's what would have happened. Yeah, and I would have made $200 off that, or 2.5 R from risking how many points? From risking, okay, so just to get in, I would have had to risk quite a bit, unfortunately. Would have had to risk about 20 points, which is, or 18 points. So I would have had to basically risk more than 1 R on one contract to get in. But on the winner, targeting up here, would have made just under 3 R. So that would have been a great winner. Now let's talk about today. What happened today? I had my winner that I went up 3 R on. Okay. We pushed down. We pushed down. I consider bar 3 a signal bar. So when I opened my computer right here on bar 6, I said, okay, let's just buy and put a stop loss below bar 3 and bar 4. That's what I did. Ended up going my way, and I made my money. I took bar 11 as an opportunity to say, hey, this is another signal. Added another contract, moved my stop loss up to 53. Okay, and then yeah, I took my winner. And I shouldn't have even have done that, because that, even moving my stop loss up, that still would have been a 2R loss, and that is too much. Okay. Then what happens? Well, then I try getting long without confirmation of any kind, and that's really bad. We pushed down really hard, pushed up, we pushed down again, failed, we're pushing up. I'm thinking we're going to be pretty bullish, but guess what? In reality is, after bar 18, this is a second rejection from the current day's high, from the current day's open. That's 2 key levels that we've rejected from. I should not be trying to get long here. It's okay to be bullish, but guess what? We've got a pretty big gap. The market's been pretty bearish and pretty crazy. It makes sense it would try to close this gap. That's exactly what happened. It closed the gap. Got bought back up immediately. I tried going long here, thinking we were going to be right side of the V. Failed. Came back down, came back up. I tried getting long again. It pushed up. I moved my stop loss to break even. I got break even stopped out. Consolidation again. I try the same play. It works this time. It goes up to here. I should have had my take profit up here. It actually originally was up here, but I got out early. But yeah, I could have made, I should have made quite a bit more money off this trade. Today should have been a pretty green day. but it wasn't. It was a break-even day, and even when I tried my last trade getting long, I had my stop loss too tight. I should have had it below bar 60 and should have targeted the 15-point move further up here. So again, today, all this review, what we're trying to accomplish is, what did I do wrong? What led to this? Okay? It's pretty simple to me. Okay? I'm sizing up too much. I'm not following my plan. If I would have followed my plan, I wouldn't be allowed to get in long until we get a break of the high. So I wouldn't have been able to get long on bar 19. Wouldn't have been able to get long on bar 20. Wouldn't have been able to get long on bar 21. Wouldn't have been able to, or actually no, I would have been able to get long on bar 23. This is the first time I would have been able to get long. Would have lost 1R on this trade after being up 3R. So it would have been only up 2R on the day and been stopped out and said, shit, okay, we lost. And it looks like this gap is closing. Okay. And maybe I could have switched my thesis and got short at some point. If we pushed back here, I could have maybe sold short around here with a stop loss above bar 23, which would be, 1R stop loss, and targeted the gap close. That's something I could have done. 50 points down to, so that would have made me 3R shorting that. Okay. I sat out, though, and I tried some what I thought were okay longs. This one failed. This one broke even. And this one worked out really well, and I made about 6R. And it could have been even more, but it could have been 10R. But I got out early, and granted, that's okay because I had way too much size. This was an emotionally driven long. The setup was good. I'm happy I took the long, but the size I took it with was emotionally driven. So I should not have done that. It could have very easily stopped me out if we had another, I got very lucky today. I've got very lucky the past 2 days. Okay? Great long here. Great long here. Horrible longs here. Horrible longs here. Completely off process. Okay? When I look at my YouTube channel and I look at these videos here and I look at, I want to find a good screenshot in this video that shows it. Oh, come on. I know there's one in here. Okay, yeah, like here. These are bad longs. They're off process. No, shouldn't have taken any trades pre-market. Shouldn't have traded here on bar 1 or bar 2 because I need to wait a little bit for the market to make a move. What day was this? 410? What even happened on 410? 410 was a bullish day. So how did I lose money on a bullish day? Or maybe 410 was not a bullish day. Maybe my thing is off. Okay, yeah, my thing is off because this is saying that today is 413. So this is actually 410. This doji day here up. This is today, right here. So yeah, I shouldn't have been getting long here because the EMAs are so the hourly EMAs are bullish. We're opening basically inside of the prior day, but it is after an expansion day, so I should know to be cautious. There's a gap, so I'm thinking gap close. Okay, that makes sense why I'm thinking gap close. So I could have tried to get long on bar 3. But this is the opening level. Okay, so we're basically at the opening level. So I could have tried to get long on bar 3, and I could have tried to get long on bar 9. But then after, bar 14 or bar 15, I hope that, well, I couldn't go short because we're inside the prior day range and the hourly EMAs are bullish. So I would have just lost twice today, or I would have been stopped out for break even, and that's okay. And that is okay. And maybe on bar 57 or 58, I could have used this as a chance to get long. Get long at 290, go for a breakout of the high. That's a 45-point move right there to right there. Doesn't look like a 45-point move, but the market's been so volatile at this time that it does work. 46 and 47, this would be violating my rules, so I shouldn't take this, but because the 5-minute EMAs are bearish. But again, we want to base our trades on the hourly. That's a really point I have to reemphasize. We have to base our trades on the hourly. The 5-minute is just a tool for getting in. After seeing a bar like this, a hammer up, we know there's a lot of buyers here. So if we're down here, we know there's a lot of buyers. We see a couple signal bars to the upside. It looks like the EMAs are closing. Yeah, you can kind of justify that, and you could target where it broke out of. Where did it break out from? This is the first bar. It broke out right there. I'm looking left. I'm going to make my profit target right there at 5333. Get in here at 5220. Target 5333. Not too many bars later. I don't think I would be able to hold for all that, but half an hour later, you're up over 100 points. Look, the key is what went wrong. What went wrong is this day I was way too biased to the upside. I was way too biased. I wasn't thinking short. And then I was so sure it was going to play out a specific way that I was trying to make sure that I was trading like that was going to happen no matter what. And the reality is, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict the future. That's why I have the rules that I have to respect, okay? And I have to respect my rules. It's just as simple as that. I think what's going to get me to respect these rules, I think just the horribleness that was my first 3 years of trading, these past 2 months of trading that were break even to green, that taught me, if I follow my rules, I can actually have some success at this. And then this past week, and especially these past 2 trading days where I've not followed the rules, I've lost a considerable amount of money, way more than I should lose in a day at 7R. And then I make it all back through sheer luck, okay? And because my thesis that I did believe in ends up getting proven right just after I expect it to happen. So I can't rush. I need to just be really honest and say, go back to this plan and say, look at my disqualifying variables. Question if it's even the right moment to trade. Are we inside the prior day range, or are we in a previous 1 hour bar range? Okay, if I'm going to trade, I need to check my plan and say, okay, do we have 2 of these 3 variables here? Are the directional EMAs bullish? Okay, we can go long. Oh, we're below the opening level. Okay. Oh, but we're above the prior day high. Okay, yeah, we can go long. Okay, but I need to make sure I have 2 out of these 3. And then when I look at my lower time frame, okay, I need to say, there's no signal bar confirmation break. Okay, I need to wait for that. Oh, the 5-minute EMAs aren't aligned. Okay, I need to wait for them to switch over or be about to switch over. I have this note here. It just says notice, and it's just to call attention to this. I want to make sure that I'm trading it's better to trade after a 1-day bar consolidation, or if it's after an expansion day, I just say no bueno, because that means it's more confusing what type of price action we're going to see, and that's why on these days that I open inside the prior day range, I need to allow myself 15 to 30 minutes after the open for price action to develop before making an entry decision. Okay, do we not have 2 out of the 3 higher time frame confluence and the lower time frame qualifiers? Then there's not enough confluence. I have to sit. Okay, are wicks forming on both the tops and bottoms? Okay, that indicates chop. We need to sit. Are bars overlapping? Are EMAs intertwining? That indicates chop. Need to sit. Has the market already moved my way a good amount? Like, after it does this, okay, I shouldn't be looking for longs because guess what? It just made a 100-point long move up. Okay, even if it does go up way higher, which it did, okay, we would need to wait. I guess here it'd be different because it's the end of the day and it's like consolidation and this is a gap. But like this, I guess you could go long here at the very edge and target the highs here, but that wouldn't have even have hit. Okay. Look, the point is, like here, these are all bad times to trade, but here we get our consolidation at the edge of the range. What does the market do? It goes up almost 100 points. And had I stuck with this, stayed long, that would have benefited me immensely. I need to be able to walk away as well and just say, you know what, now is not the time to trade, or now is not the time to interfere. Okay? Sorry, I just had to look at something on my other computer. So, the point of this whole video, the main thing I need to accomplish is, what did I do wrong? How can I prevent these huge drawdowns? Let's look at my performance center. Let's do a custom range from April 6th, when I started taking only pocket aces, when I started risking the right amount. Let's look what happened. I'm break even. I'm up $200, okay? But I was up $1,300, and then I went to down $400, made it back, lost a bunch, made it back. Where are we going to go from here, okay? I mean, how do I eliminate this? I think I shift. I think, a successful trader once told me, how do you get out of the break-even stage? Which I think it's pretty clear I'm in. Well, we say, we do more of what works and less of what doesn't. We do more of what works and less of what doesn't. Well, what doesn't work? Taking trades off process, taking trades inside ranges. What does work? Waiting for confluence and sitting out those bad times where it's more likely that we're going to have a loser. Okay? I know that's really simply put, and I'm not maybe doing the best job of articulating it. But going back to my plan, because it's going to be all about respecting this and having the willpower to respect this. I'm going to start waking up every morning. I'm going to start doing the same morning ritual, which is I'm going to go to my kitchen. I'm going to fill up a glass of water, a 16-ounce glass of water. I'm going to drink it all. I'm I'm going to come into my desk here, make it standing because I have a standing desk. I got a walking pad for underneath the desk, and I'm going to walk for 30 minutes and just get some exercise in. And just starting the day with some water, some light exercise, just walking, it'll wake me up. It's a consistent thing I can rely on. And if I can consistently rely on that, maybe that consistency will bleed over into my trading, and I'll be able to consistently follow these rules here. It's going to be all about following these rules here. Risking appropriately, letting my trades ride, not interfere, sticking with my trade ideas, but not sticking with them so much that I violate my rules to follow them, okay? Because ultimately, the past 2 days, I stuck with the ideas, and that's why I got bailed out. But I lost so much money at the start of these days and set myself up in such a position to fail that I'm really lucky I broke even. And the reality is both of these days should have been maybe 3 to 5 to 6 R plus days. And I should be up a lot more than I am right now. You know, instead of having this big drawdown, imagine if I only drew down to from 1600 to 1000. And instead of drawing down really hard again, imagine if I just paused for a little bit and broke even and had a break even period. And then I traded really good and made more money. And I ended up here, up 2000 or up 2200. It's a lot better to follow your rules and be break even than it is to give back all these gains. So I just need to do a better job at respecting my rules and following my trades. That's it. And then sitting out once I've made them. So this is my trading plan. I'm going to copy this because I have another document. This is just a one-page document. But I have this one that says trading plan and Maxims. And my Maxims are just like short little quips, short little sayings that I want to look at and check every now and again and just repeat to myself. They're just like truths about trading in succinct sentences. So, yeah, the surer I am about a trade, the more likely I am to be wrong, the more likely I am to cause damage. I never set out to violate my risk rule or take an unqualified trade, but I recognize I'm human and I will eventually make mistakes. I do my best to increase the time between each mistake and reduce the damage I cause when I do make them. You know, I could add one and say, I would rather go slow or be break even for a period while respecting my rules than try to force a trade and win, because I know that would only create bad habits. I know that what brings me success and increases the winning periods between drawdown periods is because I am respecting risk and only sticking to the trades I know work. Yeah, that's good. And I need to edit that one down for conciseness. Draft Maxims in progress. yeah, we'll fix that one up and make it better and add it to the actual list. But you see what my point is. I just wanted to show you that. I need to be better. I need to be disciplined in other areas of my life. That will help me with trading, I think. And I just really need to respect. I need to not be so confident in myself and not size up, because I was really lucky today and I was really lucky Friday. I need to just keep watching this 1 hour chart, trade on this. Okay, this is where I'll get my good trade ideas from. I need to respect this, and I think this would. I just need to respect this. I need to only trade the 1 hour chart. It's today closed the gap exactly, came right down to the 9 EMA, started going long again. Okay, right to the prior day high, right to the close of yesterday, closed the gap, turned around once it hit the EMAs and went up. And I'm not saying it turned around because it hit the EMAs, but I'm saying at the EMA, at this key level, for a couple of reasons, it's a key level, it went my way. And that's great. So I've rambled for a lot. I started out this video by saying my hypothesis, which is I just need to pay attention more. I need to respect my rules. I reviewed everything, and I can see that the losses from today and the losses from this is today's losses, and I'll show Friday's losses again. Where's Friday's losses? Alright. So yeah, this isn't the thick of it, by the way. This is... Oh. Bruh. This is what it looked like up close when I was losing all that money. And I was too zoomed in, So this was today's. I want to show Friday's. Okay, here we go. This is Friday's loss. Okay, just too much size. So both Friday and today, it's just dumb, bad execution. Okay, and I should take this trade here, trade 9. And I'm setting that off to the side of my desktop. This screenshot here. And then, yeah, I'll make an anti-playbook probably is what I should do. Actually, that's actually a good. Oh, shit, wrong screen. I don't want to record my other screen. I got way too many Finder windows open. We'll go to my day trading files, and we'll make an anti. Hold on. Let's make a anti-playbook. And this will be what not to do. And if I do bad shit, this is where I can capture that. So this would be Friday, April 11th, 2025. Went down 7R, luckily made it back. Look up close at what went wrong so I can avoid this behavior. What went wrong analysis. For each trade, write a what went wrong analysis. Monday, April 14th. I'm not going to fill this out on screen because I've been, you guys have been here a while, but, let's just take a screenshot of today's real quick. Add this there as well to the what went wrong analysis. Went up 3 R to down 5 R, 8 R loss. Then it back and ended break even. What went wrong analysis? I will do this right now because why not? What went wrong? And I have to be very specific. Be specific as possible. Buying long without confirmation. Buying long inside a. Buying long after we got a second rejection from high of day / opening from, let's copy this. Oh shit. What the fuck? Reject from opening level when there was a gap below to be filled. So yeah, that's the main what went wrong here for today. Oh, and I'll say using too much size. Trying to go long on the bearish breakout of a 1 hour bar. A lot of stuff I did wrong today. What went wrong analysis for last Friday. Let's look here. Didn't take profit on first trade fast enough. And then fat fingered a buy. Used way too much size. Entered without a confirmation break. Yeah, I mean, you'll notice on both of these trades, 7R damage right here and 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. And then above, we did an 8R damage and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess because I didn't count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In a 6-bar period, but only 5 bars of action. Or 4 bars really. So it's like I have an idea in my head. I'm really confident we're going long. In each bar, I'm thinking this is going to be the low instead of waiting for a confirmation break. Okay, and both of these, I can't see to the left of last Friday, but both of these there's wide. They go a lot lower. Or no, sorry, I'm looking. Okay, forget what I was just saying. On this one, you look left. There's a big range there. It's very obvious this is rangy. Probably should have just sat it out or waited till there was till something like this, like a low that I could get long off of. Okay, like a bar 12. Using the daily opening level as hey, there's going to be buyers underneath here. They're going to want to keep this long. Go long there. Same thing again after bar 22 and 23. Get long here. This definitely seems like the right move. And then also for my take profits, just let them ride. That can be something I add here. Didn't let it go all the way to appropriate. Take profit. Left money on table. Could have made more. And then same with today. Okay, so this is what I'm going to start doing. Anti-playbook. What not to do. Notes on what went wrong post-mortem. You know? So I got my anti-playbook now. That's good. Ooh. Here we go. So I got my playbook, got my anti-playbook. I know this was kind of maybe not the best video for like a entertainment point of view, but I just wanted to make a working video that I can showcase my thought process, what goes through my head, that type of thing. And if that is up your alley, great. I appreciate it. Please leave a comment, leave a like. It helps the algorithm, helps more people find the channel. And so I appreciate that. I think we'll call it here. I covered a lot. I did my analysis, my what went wrong analysis, and I was pretty in depth. Simply gotta wait for those confirmation breaks for the lower time frame. That seems like something we were really violating pretty badly. Make sure that we actually have 2 out of the 3 higher time frame stress test rules. Look left, make sure we're not trading inside a range, or if we are trading inside a range, make sure that we get our consolidation, that it looks like, we have an actual good reason for getting long, and we're not just buying the close of every single bar and putting a stop loss underneath hoping, but that we actually, get some consolidation action, get some EMAs starting to close and go our way, that type of thing. Making sure it's aligned with everything. I think, this... I closed it. I think my trading plan, this is huge. I think it's going to help me a lot. I think the fact that we're not going to trade the pre-market unless we have 2 out of the 3 higher time frame factors. We're not going to... My internet's out. What the hell? We're not gonna trade unless we have 2 out of the 3 higher time frame factors. So I wouldn't take a pre-market trade that led to a loss. If we're inside the prior day range, we're gonna wait for some price action to develop before we decide what we're gonna do. We're gonna examine that with an objective lens. Like, okay, what do we do here? I'm gonna start my morning routine with a glass of water and a walk on the walking pad. With the hope that consistency will bleed over to the other, to my trading life, that consistency in my personal life each morning will bleed into trading. And I just ultimately really need to have the self-control to say, okay, we don't have a confluence break or a confirmation break. We're not taking the trade. We are not taking the trade. It's much better to break even and be consistently break even than to have horrible drawdown periods, as I've shown that I'm capable of having. Feb 6 to April 14th, I'm break even in this period. Now it doesn't want to show, but that's okay. Because I already showed it earlier in the video. Tradovate, man. Tradovate is annoying sometimes. Doesn't matter. I've talked for long enough. We're going to end it here. I appreciate you watching. Please like, please comment, please join the Discord in the description and let me know what you think. Love having this trading community and meeting you and working with you. So I'm grateful and I appreciate it. Everyone, take care. Peace.